Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
It is the Call Flow Radio Show here on WFLO AM 870. We're streaming online at WFLO.net, broadcasting live from the Francis E. Wood Studio in downtown Farmville. Our phone number, if you'd like to take part in the program today, 434-394-0924. And my cohort has just walked in out of the rain, Noah Massage. Noah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, John. Doing good. How are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to have to go solo there.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
I was going to try that, and see what happened, but you got back just in time.
Oh, I had to put the sign out that somebody did not put out. No, I'm kidding.
So somebody was busy working.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
That's the underlings put the sign out.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I do believe we have our first
we
official caller of the day. So we say, good morning, you're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Well, good morning to you.
All right. Hey, Henry, how are you?
I'm all right. As somebody said, I never felt better in my life, and I think it's time I did.
Right.
Well, somebody said that they was pretty well off. And, well, they say I'm a little bit off, but anyway, this man said he was well off because he had 50 hogs and 50 deer.
Right.
And somebody says, how much is that? He said, man, that's $100,000. Did he throw up?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I heard about this girl who threw the clock at this boy, and that proves that on occasion, time flies.
When you're having fun.
When you're having fun and you
Right.
throw the clock.
Right.
I think we ought to give the clock a big hand.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. I told somebody I like bananas and apples
Mm-hmm.
because they both have appeal.
There you go.
I heard about a guy that went on a diet of coconuts and bananas,
Mm-hmm.
and so far they can't get him out of the tree.
He went bananas and coconuts.
There you go. There was a man that won the Hometown and Improvement Award.
Mm-hmm.
Hometown Improvement Award.
Right.
What he did, he moved to another town.
That improved it greatly.
Yeah. And then there was the guy that stole some peanut butter crackers, and they nabbed him.
Noah's jotting all these down.
Of course, to keep fish from smelling, you cut their nose off.
That's one way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going up Main Street one day,
Right.
and there was a couple in the car parked there at a parking meter. And as I walked by, they had the windows down, and they were playing checkers.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know they were, because I heard the girl say, another move like that and I'll crown you. Oh, well, so much for those.
Upset the checkerboard there.
Yeah. That'll make you jump.
Right.
Yeah. Mr. Charlie Beard was in the military and stationed in Maryland at the end of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
He married a young lady from that area. She'd never been in Buckingham, and he ran a pulpwood yard up on the James River.
Okay.
So when they got back, drove into Buckingham Courthouse, before they even went to his house. And they saw the district attorney and asked him how things were going. The DA said a well-to-do family had a maid, but she quit and went back to Alabama. And that night, the lady couldn't find her 3 or 4 carat diamonds. So they were going to extradite the maid back to be tried for stealing. Now, as the district attorney was telling the Beards this, Maggie Beard said, the girl did not steal the ring. There's a small hut behind the big house, and in one corner there's a stack of newspapers, and the ring is on the bottom paper. All right, so the DA knew there was such a little shack behind the house, and he also knew that Miss Beard didn't know anything about that. So they went back and looked and found the ring right where Maggie said it was, even though she was a total stranger. All right. The lady's husband said that his wife had taken off her ring, knowing that she'd have to wash the dishes and all, now that the maid had gone. So he thought he'd help by disposing of the newspapers. So he'd pick several of them up and pile them up and threw them in that little shack. Now, my dad told me about this when I was 14 years old. Little did I know that I'd meet her years later and that she would be a great encouragement to me. And I'd like to share a little bit about that.
All right.
Ms. Margaret Maggie Beard had surgery. She was at Southside Hospital. This was back around 1970. I stepped in her room one day, the same day she'd come out of major surgery, and she was groggy, but even though she didn't know me, she said, I saw a friend of yours at 2:30 this morning, and he was studying. And then she described the room, and I knew it was Dr. Tony Muñoz's house. So the next day I went to her room, and she told me the one she saw was Dr. Muñoz, because he had come in her room and spoke with her. And then she said, somewhere in this hospital, there's someone from out of state, and his daughter has been sitting by his bed for 3 days, and she's not eating because she has no money. So she handed me an envelope. She said, find that lady and give her this. So I went to the head nurse in 2 different wings. They had nobody from out of state, East and Center Wing. And then I asked Margaret Held on West Wing. She said, yes, she had someone from North Carolina, that they visited someone, their kinfolks in Maryland, but on the way back to Carolina, the man got sick. And his daughter's with him in his room. And I asked Margaret, I said, do they appear to be wealthy? She said, no, just the opposite. They're driving a 20-year-old old Chevrolet, all rusted up. So I went in and handed her the envelope, and I said, I was asked to deliver this, and I left.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew there was a stack of money because it was almost an inch thick in that envelope. And so I handed it to her, and I left. All right. Days later, Margaret Beard's daughter, who was Mary Allen, married to Bo Allen. Mary Allen worked for Dr. Roy Hargrove. And she told me that while she was in high school one day, at lunchtime, some of them went behind the building and smoked. When she got off the bus that evening, her mom was waiting at the bus stop and said, daughter, today I saw you with something bad in your mouth. And so Mary says, I never smoked another cigarette. Sheriff Herbert Adams of Buckingham told Maggie, he said, I lost my wedding ring. And Maggie said, it isn't lost. You laid it down to do a chore, and the kitten started playing with the ring, and it stuck in her claw. Then the kitty went to that little creek down back of your property, and that ring is now under that little bush on the creek bank. So Miss Adams went, and there it was. And, of course, Miss Beard had never been to the house, and she didn't know there was a creek behind the house. Neither did she know there was about the little bush back there, but the Lord knew about them all. And Maggie Beard had all 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit. I had several supernatural experiences with her myself. One day, her 5-year-old Christy had a playmate and they were playing games in the yard.
Right.
And Christy's granddad had bought her a birthstone ring. Well, at the end of that day, they were playing in the yard. The ring was missing. So I called Maggie and told that Chrissy had lost her ring. But Miss Beard interrupted and said, the ring's not lost. Her little playmate has it. And whether Christy gets it back depends on how you handle it. So the next day, I saw the little girl and her mom, and I told them that Christy had lost her ring in the yard and that I would pay $1 cash, a reward, to whoever could find it. Next day when I got home, there was a note on the door that they had found the ring and would bring it over after I got home from work. They did, but the little girl's mom would not let her take the $1. No reward. So whatever that means. And so I just wanted to share that about Miss Maggie Beard and
Well, thank you, Henry.
Mary Allen. Okay. And
Thank you for sharing those stories.
If anybody wants to share with me or have prayer or whatever, you can phone 414-0096. And I appreciate it and thank you. I hope to talk to you all tomorrow if you don't mind.
All right, Henry. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Take
you,
care.
John.
Bye. All right, Henry Fulcher. And that means the phone lines are open now. If you'd like to give us a call, 434-394-0924. I hear you spouting out over there.
I hear you burping like I don't know.
But at least
like
I'm going off mic.
Yeah.
And
You're like.
there was no
Sorry.
point in muting it for you to do it right there into the microphone there.
Well, I wanted to
Remind me that I never to talk into that microphone ever again.
I wanted to give a little demonstration of what it's like to be in the studio.
Well,
with
since
you.
you're going to be like that, 1963, Jack Nicklaus, first Masters victory. American professional golfer Jack Nicklaus, a dominating figure in world golf from the 1960s to the 80s.
Yeah.
Long reign. And the winner of 73 PGA Tour events in his career, won the Masters tournament at age 23 on this day in 1963. There was, though, a bit of a mishap when it happened. He accidentally hit the other guy.
I should have yelled too.
But that's okay. He still won anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's take our next caller and say good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mandy.
Hey, Mandy. How are you? Now, did you go to Italy or somewhere like that? Where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
I did go to Italy.
You
I
did?
was calling to thank my dog sitter.
Oh. Did he do a halfway decent job?
He did an awesome job, and
Oh.
I just wanted to thank him.
Well, you're very welcome.
Wait, John, did you sit dogs last week? No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I helped. I helped
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
wasn't all me.
Yeah.
He and my mom split the duties.
Yes,
Very
and together
nice.
we were able to somewhat
Yeah.
replicate Mandy somehow, but even then fall very short.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
wow.
dogs noticed the change, I'm sure. Well, I'm so glad that you are back safe at home.
Well, I've got both dogs on my lap, and they said hi, and they miss you.
Well, I hope to see them and you soon.
Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Mandy.
Man, okay. I was gonna say maybe I should leave for this. You guys are sharing a moment, special moment. Yeah. Well, apparently John has a side where you can care for animals. But I've never, I don't know about this caring side of John. I've never seen it.
It's not a lie if you believe
That's
it.
right.
Exactly.
John, you didn't even let me get to my famous catchphrase. How was your weekend?
Well, we've already discussed my weekend.
Did we really? I don't think we did.
Well, that was a big portion of it was taking care of dogs and walking dogs and feeding dogs and
Yeah.
sitting with dogs.
Sure,
and,
sure.
You know.
Do you talk to the dogs when you're with them?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You have to.
no, okay. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else exciting happening, John, this weekend with you? Maybe watching the dogs. Was there any mishaps that were, kind of wacky?
Well, there was a point where one dog, you have to put sort of like this apparatus around him to walk him instead of just pulling on the hooking the thing to the collar and all that.
Like a harness.
Yeah, sort of like a harness, and that was a little tricky for me. And sometimes I did it okay, and one time it didn't take, and so I'm walking, and he comes out of it like Houdini, and it hit me that this dog could just take off now.
Yeah.
And I'm quickly grabbing him and going, okay, gotcha. And I had to walk him back to where I could get him back inside so I could
Do you pick him up?
readjust.
Or did you?
I actually picked him up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody was driving by, they would have seen
These aren't
you-
big dogs
Yeah.
at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little chihuahuas.
No, they're not those, but
Yeah.
but they're smaller. They're not like typical large dogs or anything like that, thankfully, because otherwise I would have been dragged all over the mud and everything else.
Yeah.
But it went all right. So now that we know what I did on the weekend, what did you do?
Well, this is a great question.
Because people are waiting
Jan.
with bated breath.
Well, no, I don't think anybody's waiting like that.
I know you did something this weekend.
Yeah, I did a lot of work.
A lot of work.
I took some photos for a friend of mine, some client work, a little side gig I'm doing. So I had to get some photos edited for the client. So I got that done. I don't know. I'm working on a project right now between me and a few friends of mine. So, I worked on that this weekend. I also watched the 1985 movie Clue, based off of the board game, John, which I know you've seen this movie before.
Oh, yeah.
With Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
in it.
Yeah, and many others. Yeah, that was entertaining. It was interesting. Did you like that movie, Clue?
Yeah,
1985 Clue?
I've watched it many a time. Yeah. Now, did you watch the version that has all the multiple endings?
Yes.
Because now, originally, I read in the theater when that was released, depending on what theater you were at, you would only see one of those endings.
Interesting,
And if you went
yeah.
back or went to another theater, you would
It would
see
be
a
a
different
different-
ending.
yeah.
It wasn't until later that it was put on TV or on VHS and or DVD that you could see all
of the
endings
endings,
like
yeah.
that, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I know. That was cool. It was very cool. Yeah, so I did that this weekend, and yeah, I mean, not a whole lot. By the way, I got to mention these wine tickets, John. We have tickets to the wine festival that is coming up here, and we're going to be giving away tickets actually today. I don't know if you're ready for this, Jen.
Ready for what?
Wine ticket giveaway.
I'm not whining about it.
No, okay. So I'd say stay tuned. Be alert.
Mini schnauzers.
We're gonna go ahead.
For the dogs, by the way.
I'm thinking we're gonna go
Schnauzer.
Schnauzer. Oh, okay, gotcha. But I was thinking we're gonna go ahead and just like let people know that we're gonna be doing one ticket giveaway at 9 a.m. and then one near lunchtime. So maybe around like 11. I don't know if I don't think we would do one around 12 because it's lunch break. But maybe 11 o'clock after you're on air. So for somebody who's listening out there,
Why don't you do it when you're on?
who's
That'd
interested,
be real fun.
yeah, well, I am gonna be doing it.
Okay, good.
But anybody who's listening, who's interested in getting a wine ticket, maybe who has a friend who's interested in, a good Merlot and wants to go to the wine festival, you have the chance to win a ticket. Here after the show, once at 9 a.m. and then another time at 11 a.m., I believe, when John's going to be on. So just be on the lookout for when we
Listen
do
when
the
Noah's
giveaway.
on,
Yeah.
because Noah
So-
will do it. I'll
Yeah,
do it,
so-
but Noah will do it as well.
John, do you like wine? Do you drink wine?
Not really.
No. Okay. Maybe you should start, John.
Start drinking wine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, John is checked out. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I'm not a wine drinker.
Yeah.
This is the part where you go in and go,
Oh, okay.
I love Rothschild, or whatever the heck it is. whatever the heck it is you drink.
That's a great. White Zinfandel. I like White Zinfandel.
Sniffendale?
Zinfandel.
Oh, yeah.
Ziff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, wine's great. I think.
I mean, I've had wine, but
yeah.
I'm not a
You're
connoisseur.
not a connoisseur. Oh, you don't have to be a connoisseur to enjoy wine.
I'm not condescending either.
Yeah. Well, do you?
Do you sniff the cork when you...
Yeah, sometimes I do. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I swirl the wine around my glass as well to kind of help release some of the.
Do you swish it around in your mouth like mouthwash?
I've done that before.
Okay.
Yeah, and then spit it out just to get a feel for the body of the wine. Yeah. All right. Well, it is about the time that we go ahead and get into the weather.
It's getting close.
In the birthday calendar.
And we're only, as far as the rules go on the wine ticket,
yes,
we're just giving away one at a time, right?
one at 9 a.m. and one.
But I mean, one ticket.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to speak
Twice a
verbatim.
day.
Twice a day, but one ticket.
Yes.
Right.
We're not giving away in pairs. So if you and your lovely spouse, or for the listener out there, want to go, you have to win 2 tickets, or you can just buy another one. Get 2 tickets, anyways. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Did you get
anything
it all out of
you
your...
want to add, John?
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
Because you seem to be the wine connoisseur of the two of us, so I was allowing you to speak on everything. So you've got it all out of your system now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good. And we are now officially at 8:30, and Noah's going to get some wine or something. I don't know. Bottom shelf. Anyway, we are now going to do the weather, and this edition of the weather is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. I invite you to call or come by and see me about your loan needs. Whether it's time to purchase investment property, build your dream house, expand your business, or purchase timberland or farmland, you will find old school personal assistance with attention to detail. Stop by our office at 216 North Main Street or call us at 391-1136. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, and your weather for today looks like this. Now they're saying 90% chance, but we've already had the 100% chance. So anyway, showers today with a high near 59, north wind 6 to 8 miles per hour. And as far as amounts go, between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. And then tonight, it's a 60% chance of showers with a low around 38, light and variable wind becoming northwest around 5 miles per hour after midnight. And as far as amounts, between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch possible. Mostly sunny Tuesday, high near 54. Northwest wind 8 to 10 miles per hour. Clear Tuesday night with a low around 28. Northwest wind around 5 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening. And then Wednesday sunny, a high near 58. Calm wind becoming south around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 38. Right now in Farmville, we've got humidity at 98%. Winds are 6 miles per hour. Rain, of course, here in Farmville, 59. And the Bank of Charlotte County with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. The birthday calendar is brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC. The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, and business formations. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC for a consultation at 434-392-1422. And with those birthdays, possible anniversaries for today, which is Monday, April 7th, I present to you Noah Massage.
Well, John, thanks for that introduction. We do have some birthdays for today, April 7th, 2025. And starting off the list, we have Frank Friedel celebrating today. Also, Don Jenkins, Sydney Church. Also celebrating, we have Trey Motley of Clifton Forge, VA. And I believe also these birthdays are here. Ann Barnes of Farmville and Robin Madison of Milbose. John, do you know what this is? You might know. You know town names.
What is this? Oh, just the town?
Yeah.
Millboro, maybe?
Oh, is that Millboro? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some reason, look like a Z. Z, right? Yeah. My eyes are not. Okay. So, anyways, that's it. Robin Madison, Ann Barnes, Trey Motley. We also have Frank Friedel, Don Jenkins, and Sydney Church celebrating excellent birthdays today. And if you want to put your name on the birthday list, or if you know somebody who's celebrating, you can call in at 434-394-0924. Email us at birthdays@wflo.net or go to our website. And on the on-air mention page, you can submit birthdays directly from our website. John, back to you.
All right, and for the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, Main Street, Farmville, as Noah honks his horn. All right. So we have done our due diligence. We've done weather.
Yeah.
We've done birthdays. Mm-hmm. And now we'll do what else we do, which is answer the phone.
A birthday.
Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Good morning. I'd like to put Diana Walters of New Canaan.
Diana
today.
Walters. Okay.
Is it Anna or?
Diana.
Diana. Okay, you heard right. Good.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Walters.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Diana Walters is celebrating as well. Very nice. Very nice.
And if you want to add other names, birthdays, anniversaries, 434-394-0924, or just call about whatever you want to talk about, or chew the fat, or whatever the case may be.
A great number to call in if you just want to shoot the Shinola, John. Yeah. What else, John? What else did you do this weekend other than watch these dogs?
2012 American television journalist Mike Wallace. You like him?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Mike Wallace.
Figured you'd be a
I'm
fan
not a big
of him.
fan.
Oh, really?
Not a huge fan.
Oh. Who was noted for his aggressive bruising style during interviews on the long-running TV news magazine program 60 Minutes. Died on this day back in 2012 at the age of 93. I didn't do much of anything, really. I hung out with my nephew Saturday for about 7 hours or so.
Yeah. 7 hours?
I thought it was a long
like
time.
An eternity.
Yeah, but he acted like, well, my parents hang around with me that long. And I'm like going, well, they're your parents.
Yeah.
And the kids at school do.
They don't want to
like,
be with you that long.
I'm like, well, the
parents like try to...
Kids, I was like, well, yeah, but you're all forced to be together
Mm-hmm.
that long. I was like, I'm spending
John, you're the cool uncle. You got to be there.
I don't think I'm the cool uncle anymore. I think I've been demoted.
To not cool uncle. Yeah, maybe. It's potentially true. So, anyways, since John has been demoted to not cool uncle, I don't know. Well, that's good, John.
I'm kidding.
No, I know. I mean, yeah, obviously.
So, did we ever get anything out of you about what you did? You said you worked.
I worked.
The whole time?
I worked on a venture that I'm partaking in with a few of my friends and also some client work that I did. So, I mean, I really, this weekend was very, very busy for me. So, it was good otherwise. And then I watched Clue, the movie. So it was fun. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't have that.
So
great of
as
a
far
weekend.
as seeing Clue, what brought that on?
Katie has mentioned it before, and I've always wanted to see it. And the opportunity arose last night, to go ahead and watch Clue. So we decided to do this thing, and we did. We sat down and we watched the movie. It was great movie,
Okay.
excellent.
Would you get it off of Netflix?
You
or
don't want to know how I get my movies, don't you?
Oh.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
the
You ever
underground
see that the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry's pirating with the camcorder? He's like, it's got to be perfect. What are you doing?
You actually went to a theater that was showing Clue and filmed it?
No. Anyways, I find my ways to get movies, John.
Well, that's good.
All legal and sound ways.
Legal and sound ways.
Mm-hmm.
That would be better if I brought the audio back up. What do you think?
Oh, you can't replay That's unfortunate.
Actually, you can, I think.
Why don't you get a toupee with some brains in it?
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's always a will and a way. Yeah.
Oh, ignorant, eh?
2001, NASA launched the Mars Odyssey spacecraft, which reached Mars in October and transmitted photos and other data. Mm-hmm. Are you a data or data?
Data.
Back to scientists on Earth. You know what we haven't done? The thing that you love the most. But this one I think you like. Famous birthdays. Director Francis Ford Coppola turns 86. Are you a fan of him?
Yeah, he made some good movies. His daughter is a little wacko, in my opinion. Not really.
You mean with stuff she says?
Oh,
or?
well, like she's her own. She also directs movies,
Mm-hmm.
and like a lot of people hate her movies because they're like it's pointless. Like her
You mean
films, nothing happens in her movies, and they're just boring and long, and people may call it character. I don't know. I honestly, the only movie I've ever seen from his daughter was it was in New York Stories. That's a movie about. Okay, have you ever heard of the movies New York Stories, John?
No.
Okay, it's 3 directors who make 3 different short films, and it's Martin Scorsese, it's Woody Allen, and it's Francis Coppola's daughter. Right,
Okay.
they all direct a movie and stuff. Anyways, the short that Francis Ford Coppola made with like inspiration from his daughter was like the worst one. It was terrible. It was just long and I don't know. Look, I'll put it this way: I like The Godfather, and that's about it. That's.
Okay.
It's like his peak, I think.
Well, I really misjudged that. You don't like him at all. Okay.
No, I think he's fine. I think he's fine. But just stay in your lane, Francis. No, I don't know. Ford Coppola. Right? Right? I don't know. Am I wrong, John? What do you think? I mean, you've seen his movies. You've seen The Godfather, right?
Yeah.
What it's great, right?
I liked it. I mean, it's. I'm not as much as into it as some people, but I liked it for what it was. But you didn't like the third one with the daughter in it.
Oh, well,
Did you realize that was his daughter in that? It was supposed to be Winona Ryder.
I did not know that. Well, I mean, I just,
Winona Ryder instead did the Bram Stoker's Dracula film with that other guy that you love so much.
Yeah.
But
All right.
anyway,
Who-
Gary Oldman was Dracula in that film.
Who else is celebrating today?
Actor Jackie Chan turns 71. Are you a big fan of Jackie Chan?
Well, let's not ask me. Let's ask you, John. Do you like Jackie Chan?
Yeah. I thought his stunt work in his movies was very well done. His first thing over here in America, you may not get the connection, but was Cannonball Run, the original Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds and all those other Hollywood stars. That was his first American film ever that he ever appeared on American screens. And he actually has a fight scene obviously. And here's another one. I don't know. We seem not to be finding anyone you like here. Actor Russell Crowe turned 61. Are you a fan of Russell Crowe?
I know Russell Crowe. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not about what I like and don't like, John. It's.
Actor Bill Bellamy turned 60. That's not the comedian, is it?
I don't have an answer for you.
I thought he was a comedic actor, but maybe not. Bobby Bear. I know who Bobby Bear is. 90.
90 years old.
Big 9-0. Bobby Bear. Singer-guitarist John Oates of Hall & Oates is 77. Yeah, Bill Bellamy, last comic standing. That makes sense. If you go down lower, they kind of give you brackets and tell you what other things these people have done. And so, there you go. All right, well, I guess we have done our due diligence as far as covering all these celebrity birthdays that you love so much.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's good. Phone lines are open, by the way, 434-394-0924. It's the phone number to call in.
Did you not see any other movies this weekend?
No, John. All I watched was Clue, the 1985 film. That's it.
You're right.
It's the only movie.
1985.
Yeah.
Well, guess what the biggest movie this weekend was?
What's that, John?
You'll never guess. Minecraft.
Yeah. With
My nephew went
Jack
to
Black.
see this.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's, the world's going to heck in the handbasket, John. It
says it's smashing all box office projections.
Box office.
I don't think anyone thought that this movie was going to do anything.
Well, no, I think people are under the misconception that theater is dead, and why not just stream it at home?
That's why it says Minecraft movie delivers Hollywood a much needed box office hit.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it's really as big as they're making it out, I don't know.
And did you watch the Minecraft movie this weekend, John?
No, I was not I did not partake in going to see that. I just heard about that he went to go see that. Let's see. They're basically saying Hollywood needed a Minecraft movie to be a hit. That's funny when they say they need one. And it delivered in its opening weekend, significantly narrowing this year's box office deficit. No one guessed just how big it would be. In its first few days in theaters, the movie earned a staggering $157 million in ticket sales from theaters in the U.S. and Canada, according to studio estimates Sunday. Internationally, it's looking at an additional $144 million for a global debut of $301 million. And with school's spring breaks ongoing, a Minecraft movie is just getting started. And, of course, they're thrilled about it. And there you go. I was thinking it was going to tank, but I guess I underestimate the popularity of Minecraft because according to my sister, when she took my nephew, it was barely kids at all in the theater. It was actually grown, older people.
It's amazing.
30 on, know, and I didn't realize people that old play Minecraft, but I don't know how long that's been around.
It's a mixture of things. You have Jack Black playing a crazy person.
And Jason Momoa.
Yeah, whoever that is, I don't care.
He was Aquaman.
Okay. Don't care. I don't, again, Aquaman. Those are, I don't follow that. But,
he follows the beat of his own drum.
It's a popular product. It's a popular IP. And people recognize it. So it seemed like it would. I don't know. It's sad to me. That's what breaks the box office is like a Minecraft movie, not like I don't know, not like an interesting, cool indie movie, but like a Minecraft movie.
Are you really surprised about that? Most people don't like these indie films.
Yeah,
that's what gets awards and stuff at award shows. But other than that, no one ever actually hears, much less sees these things, except for maybe you, of course. I did notice this. Jay North, who played TV's mischievous Dennis the Menace back in the day, died at the age of 73.
Wow.
That was a show of my dad's time, black and white. But I used to see the reruns as a kid. That was the weird thing about
They had
when I-
like a cartoon panel too, right? Like a newspaper. Dennis the Menace.
Well, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But this was like a live action show
Yeah.
that they had. And Jay North starred as the mischievous Dennis the Menace. 4 seasons, starting in 1959. Died, and he was 73. North died Sunday at his home in Florida after battling colon cancer. And this was according to his booking agent. He had a heart as big as a mountain, loved his friends deeply. He called frequently and ended every conversation with, "I love you with all my heart." Well, that's very touching. North was 6 when he was cast as the smiling troublemaker in the CBS sitcom adaptation of the popular comic strip that you were talking about. Hank Ketcham's popular comic strip that took place in an idealized American suburb. Often wearing a striped shirt and overalls, Dennis's mischievous antics frequently frustrated his retired next-door neighbor, George Wilson, played by Joseph Kearns. Dennis's patient parents were played by Herbert Anderson and Gloria Henry. Mm-hmm. I do remember the show. It ran on Sunday nights. Oh, I remember the reruns anyway. Until it was canceled in '63. After that, it was a fixture for decades in syndication, which is how I saw it. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
All right.
He also appeared later in shows like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Lucy Show, My Three Sons, Lassie, and The Simpsons. So there you go.
He got around. He worked.
He did.
He worked.
Jay North, 73.
Yeah. Phone lines are open.
They are.
434-394-0924. You can call in with, a topic if you want to talk about something. If you don't have anything to talk about, you can still call in. That's the phone number to chat with John Staten and I here on the Call Flow Show. Yeah. So Dennis the Menace, R.I.P. Sounds like, yeah.
Oh, well, Jay North anyway.
Yeah.
Dennis is still going strong in the comics.
Lives on in everybody's,
in the comic strip world.
There you go.
At least as far as to my knowledge. I don't read the comics like I used to. Do you still look at the comics much?
When there's a newspaper around, I'll look.
Do you go to the comics? Or are you more of a look at your sign type thing?
Comics, John. I don't. Astrology, you mean?
You're not in,
the signs.
Seems like to me you would be into astrology.
What makes you think I would be into astrology, John? Like,
what is your sign, by the way?
I have no idea. That's.
Oh, come on, get out of here.
Somebody told me I'm Sagittarius, but I might be.
Who had to tell you that?
Somebody.
Somebody told you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what any of these things mean.
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, so what does that mean? What are the personality traits of the Pisces? We can really test this thing out, see if it's accurate or not.
We can do the same thing with you.
Oh, we can. Okay. So, John.
Yeah.
It says Pisces men are known for being creative, compassionate, deeply emotional, with a strong sense of empathy and intuition. They are also, adaptable, romantic, and can be quite dreamy and idealistic. What are the weaknesses of potential challenges of a Pisces? Emotional sensitivity. Their high emotional sensitivity can sometimes make them vulnerable to hurt and criticism. Indecisiveness. Pisces men can struggle with making decisions, sometimes leading to indecisiveness and procrastination. Idealistic and escapist. They may have tendencies to live in a dream world, Jesus, and sometimes get disconnected from reality. Overly trusting.
Is this fun or what?
Okay, all right, okay. Go ahead, John. You have a list.
I just got your horoscope. You may fall into a bottomless pit today.
Jeez Louise,
have fun with that.
Is that true?
That's what it says. You may fall into a bottomless pit today. Be careful about offering so much of yourself. That means keep it shut.
Yeah.
That you drain your internal resources. You might think other people will be equally generous about offering themselves to you. Don't assume this. You're better off assuming that you will get nothing in return. Play your cards from this standpoint, and you may be a bit more conservative.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Is that accurate? Is it true?
It's up to you whether, if you believe it, it's true, I guess. Like George Costanza once said. 434-394-0924 if you'd like to be a part of our program today. And I loved hearing from Mandy. I hadn't seen her in 9 days.
Wow, I bet it's tough for you.
It is. It is tough. But hanging out with the dogs, the boys, that was sort of
refreshing.
Well, it was a way of still being connected, even though she was a great distance away. Mm-hmm. And there was one flight she took. It was like 8 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could swing 8-hour flight. It's like even Hawaii, I believe, is almost as long as that. Something like that, depending on where you're flying.
Well, John, I mean, your ancestors, that's where they're from, Italy. I mean, you should, out of all people, you should be the one that goes and spends a week in Italy.
That trip was planned way
2.5
years ago, so that was. And
yeah, you need to visit the, what is it, Petroli? What is your family name?
That's it. We'll take our next caller. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, Henry.
Talking about Miss Maggie Beard. She had all 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit. One morning at Flow, Robert Husky, who owned Farmville Auto Parts, one of our big sponsors, called to tell me that his car had been stolen. He left it parked in front of the store on South Main. So I was on the air, and it was about 7:15. I called Miss Beard and told her my friend's car had been stolen, and she stopped me. She said, "No, it's just a prank. Some college boys pushed it about 2 blocks away and parked it with some other cars on Longwood campus." So Robert went over. There was the car, and he drove it back to the store. No harm was done. And no doubt Mrs. Beard was a great influence on me. I just wanted to share that another Ms. Beard story.
All right.
Okay?
Well, thank you, Henry.
Okay. Talk to you tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Henry Fulcher. Calling back, he wanted to include that other story. And Noah's kind of... I had a little bit of that when I first walked in. It was because of the rain and the pollen and all that good stuff. Is that getting to you?
Yeah, John, my throat is sore, It's from sneezing and blowing my nose constantly and having this mucus, just never-ending strain of mucus just stay. I don't know. I can't get rid of it. I'm taking Mucinex. I'm taking,
maybe the
Xylitol,
Mucinex isn't...
Zyrtec, Benadryl.
You're combining it all.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What about Benadryl? Have you ever tried that?
If you were listening a second ago, I did mention Benadryl in my list of things. Yes.
Okay. Have you tried maybe this method?
Don't bother about the bill.
Try the.
Just give him a couple of enemas and call me in the morning.
Try that and see what happens.
I think I'll pass.
That'll flush you out.
All right. By the way, John, I don't know if we mentioned this. I think maybe Chris mentioned it with you. I don't know.
What's
but
that?
Chip Jones?
Yes.
He is going to be the Prince Edward School Board Superintendent.
Are you sure about what you're talking about?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, that's the news that's the word on the street. That's the word on the street, John. No. Well, he's coming in,
taking it to the streets.
Month, so we can definitely.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, huge congrats. Yeah, very nice. I didn't know
We did mention it. I
had no idea. No idea that his first name is Donald. Donald Chip Jones Jr.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess this is going to wrap it up for the Call Flow Show. John, this was not a, the episode started a little.
And then
it ended a little, That's
all right, because it's going to be perfect tomorrow when you do it.
I'm not doing it tomorrow.
Oh,
John.
you are doing it tomorrow.
I
Yeah,
don't
because I
think
want this
so.
thing to be perfect.
No, I don't know, John.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna me doing
It's
anything.
going to be perfect.
That's not gonna fix anything, John.
What?
Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't know. It's, you know.
It's going to be perfect.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Carrie thinks it's going to be perfect. See?
The Carrie Butler.
It's Carrie Butler. Remember that wonderful interview?
And yeah, that was a great interview. I mean, can people still call in? There's 2 minutes left.
434-394-0924. Yeah,
If you're sitting by your phone and you're thinking about calling in, just call in and see what. What's the worst that could happen? So 434-394-0924 is the phone number to call in.
Since with this extra time, we could promote this wine festival ticket giveaway. It's happening starting today.
Yes, once at 9, once at 11 when you're on, or 12, depending on what you want to do. And people can call in. We'll announce, hey, we'll be taking callers for the wine festival tickets, and whoever calls in first will win.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same number, right? 434-394-0924.
Yep.
Same number. Okay. So listen in around 9 and 11.
Yeah, 9 and 11. So those are the times you want to be listening, to win tickets, if you're interested in winning tickets. Who doesn't love a good ticket?
That is if you feel lucky.
Do you feel lucky?
If you feel lucky, then give it a shot.
Is that it? That's a different do you feel lucky?
That's right.
Do you feel lucky?
What did you do to the do you feel lucky?
Let's take our last caller. More than likely our last caller. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
All right. Challenge accepted, boys. Hey, so this just in. It is Russell Crowe's birthday today.
Yes.
And he just tweeted out, thank you for all the great birthday wishes. And somebody informed him that today is also the International Day of the Beaver. And he is honored to share his birthday with such a profound creature. And he is going to celebrate it with a shot of Muff whiskey.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Apparently, there's a distillery in Ireland called Muff. So, I mean,
all right.
I thought
Not
that was
Duff
interesting.
beer, but gotcha.
Okay. All right, boys. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
All right.
All right. Mr. Paul Barlow.
That's Mr. Barlow.
Yeah.
Well, John, I think this is going to be it for us.
Speaking of Paul Barlow.
You can reach the Call Flow Morning Show at 434
But it's too late now.
394 0924. They're ready to believe you.